Hey, what's up? It's Steve Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, we're going to talk about student loans. There's a lot of people that have contacted me. I had posted a video where I kind of went into it about where to go look to see if the school had closed, because there's a huge list of private type schools or public schools, or and we're talking about colleges. Any school that you got a student loan for, technical colleges, these pop-up online schools, any of them that you got a federal student loan for, there is a huge list of them, and it just grows and grows. It's so big. Since I had started looking at this list, it's so big that I can't even print it out anymore. I'm going to show you. Look at this. This is a list here, and it says right there 15,573 domestic schools, 344 foreign schools have closed, and this is just a big, huge list of them. Look at that. Nursing schools, universities, technical schools from all different states. I mean, just look at the list. I mean, we're talking about tons of schools that have closed. So I wanted to show you that so you can see that that is true. I'm going to put the links below this video so you can see it for yourself. Now let's talk about what you could do, because you see that there's schools are closed. These schools most likely closed because they were fraudulent type schools. They more than likely at some point misused the funds. They did not, they were not accredited. They lied about that. They were not able to get job placement for people that went to the school, and they bring people in on that promise. The teachers were probably not accredited. The curriculum was probably not accredited. It was not a real curriculum. All these different types of things, or in mismanagement of funds. It puts these put the students of these schools in a bad situation. And what usually happens is the school closes. The people that were going to the school, they're stuck with paying the loans because it was a federal student loan, and they are stuck with it because they don't know that they have rights for what the school did to them. Most people, what they do is they just say, "Oh, well, there's just nothing that I can do about it. There's I just lost out. There's nothing that I could do." There is something that you could do. We've done it for our clients, but I'm going to tell you how you can do it for yourself. Is you first, I put the links below, and you can look and see if your school is on that list. If your school is on the list, there's another link that shows to cancel out the student loan debt that you got from that school. And it has the thing about it that upsets me about it is that they can do all of this mess to you or to other people, and they can just close the school, run off, no repercussions. But you or the other students are the ones that are sitting there having to pay the bill when everything is said and done. And the Department of Education makes it very hard for you to be able to fight to not have to pay that debt. It's like you have to fill out all of this paperwork. You have to spend money sometimes to prove your case, or they put you in a situation where if you don't make the payments that you're required, it kind of takes you out of a category of being able to seek relief, because they're moving your file through a collection process rather than it just being at their office. So I wish that there was just like one standard solution, but what it comes down to, and I'm putting the links on there, is that you're going to have to look at your particular situation. That's what we do in our office when we work with someone with that went to a school that closed. That we got to look at the situation, and then you have to put together a game plan and submit it to the Department of Education according to their rules, but you got to make their rules fit into what happened to you when you ended up going to a school that closed, or they ended up being on the fraudulent list. Like some schools closed and you don't know the reasoning behind it, and some schools closed and they were put on a list of being fraudulent schools where they were set up as a fraud and the students were defrauded, and those are put into another category of being able to have that debt canceled. But then if your school just closed because of mismanagement, or they just wasn't accredited, certain other reasons behind it, then that paperwork has to be filled out a different way, and that's going to go through another process at the Department of Education. But the biggest thing that I want to get across in this video is that you can do something about it. It takes time, but you can do something about it, and you're going to have to do some research, do the paperwork, and submit it. There's, at least if you submit it, you have a chance at something happening on your side. And the best way to do it, because it could be overwhelming, is to do it in steps. The first step number one, is just go there and see if your school is on the list. And then if they're on the list, find out at the school why the school closed. You may know why they closed, but you need to get some documented proof on why they closed. You could look up news articles. You could look at the Department of Education and see why they closed. And let me look up here on the top here. Some of the times they'll put the reason behind it, but on this list here, they just basically have the date that they closed and the area. So you want to find out the reasons why, and then you just state your case. So do it in steps. Do it a little bit. Just when you come home every day from work, or get up early like I did for this video. I just, I get up very early to make my videos. You do it step by step, because if you think that you're going to get it all done in one day, unless you're that type of person that can sit there and concentrate on it, it's going to take some time, and especially because it's going to be this is an emotional topic for a lot of you, and I understand that, because that debt hanging over your head, there's a lot of things that you can't do. Some people can't get a license in some states. Some people can't get a trade license. Some people can't work for financial type institutions, or can't get certified to work for unions that are tradesmen. So there's a lot of emotional things that goes with it. Public, even maybe if you some public services institutions won't hire you because of outstanding student loans. So you need to take the time and do something about it. Put the links below this video. I'll answer any questions to the best of my ability. Do research, or give you information on them of what I've researched and learned over the years when dealing with my clients with student loans. And and I wish you well, and I wish the best for you and your family. And student loan debt is at an all-time high, and a lot of these schools, they have set up fraudulent schools, and they've defrauded people, making promises that they couldn't keep. And it is time that they be exposed, and people need to know what they can do. I bet if you knew that this many schools had closed, 15,573 schools have closed since 1986. That's a lot of schools. That's a lot of schools to be closing. And a lot of these that I'm looking on here, these are schools that are in multiple states. And so there's a lot of people that have been hurt with these. So this has been Stephen Williams with thecreditrepairshop.com. Until next time, thank you for your time.